Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gordon Frayne. We are back with another video. Today, we're looking at my top 3 altcoins for this crypto cycle. As always, if you enjoy the content, please make sure to smash that thumbs up button below, hit subscribe, hit that bell notification icon, and don't forget, you've got a completely free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin waiting for you in the description below this video. Grab it now, and let's talk about altcoins. So before we look at the top 3 picks, I just want to paint the picture for the state of the altcoin market at this moment in time. And I'm going to use a couple of quick charts just to illustrate where we're at and what that means for the potential of an altcoin season in the coming weeks or months. And what we're seeing here is the Bitcoin dominance chart, where Bitcoin dominance has continued marching to the upside here over the past number of months. And if we zoom out to a weekly chart, that Bitcoin dominance uptrend has remained pretty much intact since Q4 of 2022. We had a little bit of a mini altcoin season, you could say, here at the end of 2024 when we had confirmation of the US election results. Alts rallied, Bitcoin dominance broke down, but then we did recover that 200-day and keep moving to the upside. We're currently sitting at 64.82% dominance for Bitcoin. And the point I'm making here is that we won't really see a true altcoin season until we have a much larger breakdown in Bitcoin dominance during this cycle. And again, it may not even be as aggressive as that last cycle. If we look at what's happening here on the chart, we may actually need to see a breakdown just like this with Bitcoin dominance before we get confirmation of a true altcoin season. But as you can see, we're not getting any true signs of that just yet as Bitcoin dominance keeps marching higher. The other chart I like to reference here is total 3 minus USDC and USDT mapped against Bitcoin. And again, what you're seeing here is essentially what does the altcoin performance look like in general when priced in Bitcoin terms against Bitcoin. And as you can see, since these local highs in the middle of December, altcoins have been significantly underperforming against Bitcoin when priced in Bitcoin. And again, what I'm looking for here is for true confirmation that we're really going to get into an altcoin rally is this particular trend breaking the downtrend and getting total 3 outside of USDC and USDT up above this trend line, breaking out of the downtrend, reclaiming that 200-day simple moving average, and continuing to move higher. Again, if we zoom out on a weekly chart here, that is what we saw during the last cycle to really confirm that true altcoin season move. You can see when we got to these lows in December of 2020, and started breaking to the upside here through Q1 and Q2 of 2021, this was your true altcoin season. Again, we haven't seen that breakout happening just yet. We're still in this downtrend, and I would want to see a break of that downtrend, reclaiming of the 200-day to begin moving higher to give us a real opportunity of an altcoin season. So I hope this is giving you the context that you need to make decisions around potential portfolio allocation. Remember, nothing in this video is financial advice, guys, but without further ado, let's look at my 3 top altcoin picks for this particular cycle. First, coming in, we have Solana. Okay, again, I've been making a ton of content about Solana on the channel here, guys. If we check out the chart for Solana, zoom back into a daily, we're currently sitting at a price of $155. Over the past couple of weeks, we did get rejected by the 200-day simple moving average after breaking out of this downtrend that we'd been in since these middle of January highs for Solana. We made a move from $95 all the way back up to about $185, getting rejected from the 200-day and coming lower to consolidate. And it's looking like we're getting a little bit of a bounce at this moment in time. Okay, again, why am I bullish on Solana? Well, despite the fact that there is a lot of meme coin and AI agent action happening on chain, Solana is still dominating from a daily active addresses, daily transactions, and pure blockchain adoption standpoint. These numbers don't lie. And yes, a lot of it is bots and people trading memes, but all of those bots and all of those people still have to pay transaction fees. They're still using the chain. They're contributing to massive daily active address and daily transaction volume happening from an on-chain standpoint. And when we compare it against some of the other leading blockchains, purely from an on-chain technical standpoint, Solana is still continuing to consistently blow everything else out of the water. You can see here Certain days it's doing 6.5 million daily active addresses, and that is significantly more than the likes of Tron Base and, of course, Ethereum and Sui. Even from a daily transaction standpoint, it's pretty much doing 10x the volume in terms of daily transactions than any other chain at this moment in time. And so it's hard for me to overlook purely the data from an on-chain standpoint here when there's so much adoption happening and there's so much usage from an on-chain standpoint. All of that, again, adding to the fact that we've seen Solana continuing to increase its market share in decentralized finance from a TVL perspective. This number, we're currently sitting at 7.7%. Solana is making up 7.7% of all DeFi TVL with 8.62 billion of TVL on the Solana network. This has more than tripled since Q1 of 2024. And I think we're only going to see continued adoption and continued growth of Solana from a DeFi perspective. And for that reason, Solana is one of my top altcoin picks for this cycle. The second option I want to look at is Sui.io. Again, you guys know I've been making a whole bunch of content about Sui. Sui is, again, one of the leading altcoins in this particular cycle. Price action over the past few weeks has seen Sui retrace a little bit down to $3.35. We're currently sitting below that 200 simple day moving average. We did actually get above it here back in the middle of April, and we bounced off of it, went higher, but then we had the Cetus hack event, which obviously contributed a little bit to that price moving lower. We lost the 200 day on the 30th of May, and we're consolidating below it here. And if Bitcoin can keep moving a little bit higher, which is giving us some signals of here in the past couple of days, we might be able to reclaim that 200 day for Sui and keep moving higher. Again, we have to wait and see what happens here. But if you're not familiar, check out some of the other videos about Sui on my channel. Sui is a layer 1 blockchain, essentially a high throughput competitor to the likes of Solana and Ethereum. It is extremely cost effective. It is extremely fast and easy to use. And what makes me so bullish about Sui is the fact that we've got so many different protocols already built out on top of it as a layer 1 blockchain. You can check out DEXs just like Cetus and Turbos. You can check out lending borrowing protocols like Navi and SuiLend. I have made videos about all of those individual specific protocols on the channel. Check those out. I will leave links at the top of the screen for them as well. But there are so many protocols built out on top of Sui already. And if we come over to the chain compare area once again, Sui has cemented its place currently as the 8th largest protocol in DeFi TVL. You've got $1.87 billion of total value locked in the Sui network. And this is actually down a little bit from a few weeks ago because we had that Cetus hack event. But you can see that there are so many different protocols you can use. And in my opinion, that makes it so much easier for capital to flow into the Sui blockchain when more retail investors come into the market later in the cycle. Okay, Sui's doing lots of exciting stuff. Yes, there's lots of venture capital behind them. People are scared that venture capital money is going to dump on them, but I think there is more than enough growth potential with Sui as a high throughput layer 1 scalable blockchain for us to see some pretty exciting price action over the coming months. These were my latest numbers for Solana specifically. I forgot to look at those a moment ago. Let me know if you want me to update them. But if we look at Sui, again, my latest numbers or targets for Sui are sitting around this level for a bear case, base case, and bull case scenario. $12.50 in a bear, $21 in a base, and $34 in a bull case scenario. Let me know in the comments below this video, guys. Do you think Sui can get to these types of numbers by the peak of the cycle? And finally, last but certainly not least, is Bittensor Tau as my third pick here. The convergence of blockchain technology and artificial intelligence is happening on the Tau network. I've been putting out a lot of content for Tau over the past few weeks. You've probably seen it on the channel. Again, part of the reason for this is I'm very, very bullish on the entire subnet ecosystem. I'm currently mining on one of the existing subnets in Bittensor Tau. Again, check out the videos at the top of the screen or just search for Tau on my channel. You will find a bunch of videos over here. There is so much potential with what's happening on the Tau blockchain at this moment in time. We're currently sitting at $412. We're actually up almost 8% on the day here for Tau. It's attempting to reclaim this 200-day simple moving average, and it had a phenomenal bounce since these beginning of April lows, getting all the way up here. We're up 145% since the 7th of April. Some fantastic moves, and it's outperforming Bitcoin on a percentage basis since those beginning of April lows. Again, you have the potential to be generating so much yield on the Bittensor network. You can get almost 20% simply for staking your Bittensor Tau token. And if we come over to Tau yield, you can see the yield potential for staking with many of these subnet alpha tokens is phenomenal. If I clear the search here, you can see that if you're owning and holding any of these individual subnet tokens, and every subnet has its own unique alpha token, check out the other videos on the channel if you want to learn more about that. But for simply holding and staking some of these subnet alpha tokens, you're generating in excess of 100% APY, even in excess of 230% APY for certain sublets like Targon and Celium. And if we scroll down even further, some subnets are giving in excess of 712% staking APY. I know these numbers seem ludicrous, and they will not be like this forever, but there is such sized asymmetric opportunity right now for providing liquidity, holding and staking these subnet alpha tokens in the Tau ecosystem. That is what makes me so bullish on Tau, the convergence of AI and blockchain technology. And I think there's lots of exciting stuff in store for price action around Tau during this cycle. Those are my 3 altcoin picks for today's video, guys. Again, today's video is also sponsored by Bitternix, a global crypto derivatives exchange. If you value your privacy, Bitternix is a non-KYC derivatives exchange. You do not have to submit KYC information. So if you value privacy, Bitternix might be the best option for you. There is a referral link below this video. Make sure to create your account on Bitternix. You're going to want and need a non-KYC crypto exchange for you and your financial future. Check out the link below the video. Make sure to set up an account and make sure to obviously do your own research. Nothing in this video is financial advice, guys. As always, check out the fundamentals behind any of these assets mentioned in today's video, and check out the chat technicals to do your own research. That is it for today's video, guys. As always, if you got any value at all out of today's video, please make sure to just take 3 seconds, give it a thumbs up below, make sure to hit subscribe, hit that bell notification icon, and like I said at the beginning, you've got a completely free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin waiting for you in the description below this video. Grab it now, and we'll catch you in the next one.